Welcome back. This is Mike Goldenberg with Sultai Faeries. A control kind of mid-rangey deck. A very reactive hand right here. Since my deck has 14 threats I can draw, I'm inclined to mulligan, but if I'm against any interactive deck, I think this will be very good. I will keep it. Against any Vile deck, this hand is pretty great. I just need to draw into some sort of threat. What? Okay. And thing is that when you're playing in Modern, you'll play against some stuff that you've never seen before. And this would certainly include that. Puts a card on top. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Some sort of vampire rat skeleton. Alright. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. I guess. So, surveil the land to the top. I guess I'll take the rat. It's the only thing that I can't really beat at parity. Sort of mono black creature. I don't know what this is. I can tell you what, they're not getting too much value out of these barrier bones if they're topping them anyway. They topped a card last turn and it wasn't a land? Okay. Don't even think it's worth pushing these bones. That just lets them buy them back with Macabre Waltz. And my creatures are either going to be flying or probably bigger. Sure. Well, that's pretty sweet. Deciding to save the fetch land to be able to trigger Revolt on Fatal Push. I think that's more important right now than the shock. Plus, in case I draw a Tireless Tracker, the fetch land is much better to still be in my hand. The primary reason I did it, though, was to save Revolt for a Fatal Push or two next turn. Barrier of Bones. It's a neat card. I'm inclined to plus and discard the Spell Stutter sprite, holding up Cryptic Command and solving a Fatal Push. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Then I can just ride Liliana for the rest of the game. That's an expensive card. 6 mana for a 1/3. At that point, just run Blightning. Sure. Nothing really worth countering here. I am being attacked by Bugler Rat, not Liliana. Me. Yeah, I'll take 1 damage. Save my Fatal Push. Well, that's too good of a play to not really do, right? Plus, getting rid of Fatal Push. I think Counter Squall is bad here, but so is Inquisition. So I think I'll put both on top, and then I'll play a fetch land to shuffle them away. Should have Jace zeroed first before Liliana Plus, but I really had no desire to keep that Fatal Push. I guess I could have kept Fatal Push in my hand, hoped for a land, and put Cryptic on top. Okay, so they get to kill Jace. That's fine. If they kill Jace, then Leon gets to ult. Either way, I'm winning that line. Yep. Sure. So now I get to Cryptic tap their team, and then I get to ultimate Liliana next turn and not lose her. Oh, I should not have let them go to attacks. That's fine. I'm still so far ahead in this game. Do I even care? Yeah. If I draw into a Fatal Push, I guess it's the same thing either way. Oh, I forgot to fetch. Okay. Wow, I'm making a few mistakes here, but it doesn't really matter because my opponent's not doing anything at all here. Sure. Do not want Inquisition. Perfect. Now I just need to draw anything besides a land or a discard spell. All the discard spells are live now unless my opponent starts drawing lands. And I am on a 7-turn clock. Sure. Tracker would be great. Snap would be great. Blossom's fine. Okay, so I'll fall to 9. And I'm on a 3-turn clock. I did just speed my opponent's clock up, but I do have the opportunity to block, so... Yep. Counter Scroll doesn't do anything here. I have not seen... I doubt my opponent will be casting too many more spells this game. And the Swamp lets me play... If I play a Tracker, I get to get a clue right away. And grow him. So I'll absolutely block here. It's interesting they're not attacking me. I feel like that was a mistake, but... I like both cards in my hand. I like to keep them. Although Trophy's the weaker one here. Because I do not want to give my opponent a land if I don't have to. And unfortunately, Trophy cannot kill my own Bitter Blossom if it comes to that. Alright, Abrupt Decay is definitely coming in. Kalitas. Opponent ran some small creatures. Collective Brutality might be good. Not interested in Counter Squall. Not interested in Thoughtseize. The power level of my opponent's cards didn't seem too high, so discards does not seem to be as relevant here. When your opponent's just playing good stuff, discard's not as good as when they're playing synergistic cards. Trophy's probably actually actively bad in this matchup also. Yikes. So what 24 lands looks like. I'll keep it. Again, I know my top deck's going to be better than my opponent's. And if the game just wants me to draw 7 lands off the top, well then I'm just losing that anyway, so... Oh. Okay. I don't think my opponent should have conceded last game. If they'd attacked me instead, they'd put me in an awkward spot. I still had to draw into a way to not die. Okay. Alright, so if my opponent casts a 1-mana spell again, I will counter it. Even if they don't, I might just flash in Spell Stutter Sprite just to get a little bit of value in. Although 1/1 is kind of puny here. This should be an easy cruise to victory here. One thing this deck does not have that other Liliana decks that I have generally play is a fast clock. I mean, I'm on a 21 turn clock right here. My opponent will be milled at half that speed, so... Sure. Best possible draw is Tireless Tracker. I can dump my hand. Still get to dump my hand here. I value that 4th land more than I value the 2nd use out of the Fatal Push. And let's go Weenie Beatdown. And I have a flying blocker, a ground blocker, and a Liliana that I don't think my opponent can stop me from ulting. There we go. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.